Ed, do you find that typically when people have a question such as that first question, even though hers was a question about a restaurant, it's kind of similar for other businesses, not just the restaurant business, some of the advice that you just gave?
Yes. In fact, I did not mention what my topic will be at the conference. I will be speaking on the subject of how to make your business or your ministry finance ready. And what I've found over the years is that there's a mystique about how to get financing. And what I hope to do at that conference is to demystify that by laying out the various steps that one needs to take to prepare the business to be ready to receive financing. Because essentially, money is there for businesses, but we have to position ourselves in the marketplace to financial providers so that we're attractive to them.
Is there, without giving away everything because we want people to come to the conference, but is there a couple of things that you can share with the audience that they can do to make their business ready for those people who may want to invest or give them money for a loan or something like that?
I think the most important thing is to really take some time to really think through why people will buy from you, whether it be a service business or whether it be a product. Why is someone going to knock on your door and buy from you? If you can really think that through, then you can get professional help to help you flesh out all the other particulars in terms of what your marketing strategy needs to be, your operational plan and financing plan. But you really have to see yourself as being someone outside of the pack, someone different, someone that's going to attract a market for your product or your services.
Okay. Now, speaking of business planning, Steve, can you talk a little bit about what it is that you see many people who come to your workshops and seminars that they are looking for in reference to business planning?
Sure. I think one of the main things that is a challenge for everybody is just getting clarity on some of the things that Ed just talked about. At the Kingdom Business Conference, I'll be dealing with the art of long-term business success, and I think if you begin with the end in mind, just like the great author Stephen Covey has talked about, you really got to get clear with where you want to be 10 years from now. For small businesses, that's a good place. You can go up to 100 years from now if you'd like, but keeping it simple, 10 years from now, where do you want to be? What does that business, what is it going to really look like? And how are you going to then backtrack all the way down to where you sit today to start taking the necessary steps to fulfilling that vision? And I think the most important thing is really understanding what your business's purpose is going to be to serve.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is what's its reason for existence. And getting clarity around that is what helps fuel that whole planning process, so that you can do what Ed had just mentioned there, is being able to sit in front of potential investors to be able to show why your business is different than the others in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. This has been a consistent message throughout this series that we've been hearing week after week. So, the people who have done it, such as, the panel here and the previous guests that we've had, the message has been consistent. So it must work. Mm-hmm. So listeners who've been listening week after week to get this information, we're hearing a consistent message. So this is what we need to follow through on. My next question is for Darcie. Darcie, can you give us information about how social media has infiltrated business and how we can use it to our advantage in order to, basically be relevant in this time?
Well, it definitely has infiltrated business, and that's the one thing a lot of people don't understand, is they think, oh, it's just for keeping in touch with my friends. I have all my friends from high school on there, college, people I haven't seen in 20, 30, some even longer. If you're reaching out to these people, why not reach out to them in business? Mm-hmm. You already have these networks of friends that you have. A lot of people are on Facebook and Twitter, and they're, just on there for personal reasons. You have this network of friends that you've built through your lifetime when we didn't have all of these great ways of keeping in touch.
Right.
And you've built them through your lifetime. Why not reach out to them for business? And that's where the great place to start is. And just like, when you go into business, you tell your friends and family to tell their friends. This is another way to reach out, and you're reaching out in the masses. And it's easy to transition from being a personal user to a business user. Now, for somebody who's never even done any of this, and it's scary, they don't even know what Twitter is, there is a learning curve, and it's going to take you a little bit of time. The point is just to put a little bit of time in each day. I was terrified of Twitter.
Same here.
Ask my husband, you give me a new phone and I go crazy, and I'm in technology, and I wonder what people who don't know technology do, because I don't like change. But I sat there with Twitter and I stared at it. And I followed people that were similar to me, similar jobs as me, similar likes as me. And I just started reading their posts. And I just started slowly easing my way into it. And as I got into it, I found, this is pretty cool. I can get my message out there to a lot of people at once. And, not everything goes to an end user that's going to use you. But I've had people that I was friends with when I was 13 that suddenly said, hey, you do video? Oh, my company's looking to do a video. Mm-hmm. You don't know where these leads are going to go to. Or, my best friend's cousin's uncle needs a video,
Right, right.
And on Facebook, it's easy to send it, They don't have to call the person and say, oh, there's a company, look them up. And they can just forward it right through Facebook real easily. So It's just, there's a lot of neat things that can be done with it.
Yeah, the transition, I guess, I'm just going to speak for myself, for those of us maybe, in my category, I'm in the mid-40s, and, it's the same as, putting an ad in the paper or doing some type of advertising like that, meaning, like you said, the end user might not reach out and take advantage of whatever service you're offering, but they might. So now, and that's a group of people who read the paper. So Facebook, Twitter, all those, it's a group of people, a massive group of people who are on there. And so you're just trying to reach whoever needs your service. So I guess, it's the mental shift. It's the paradigm shift of how you think about what that tool is for. So, okay, for me, it was, I don't want any friends. I don't need any friends. So, because all I heard was friends, on Facebook, but it really isn't about friends like that for people in business. So when I began to shift my thinking in that direction, now it's like, okay, they're not really friends, they're potential customers.
Right, exactly. And it's all about name recognition. Mm-hmm. They say that somebody doesn't remember something until they've heard it 7 times.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So Facebook can be numbers 2 through 7.
Right.
It's repetition, and they're going to hear your name a lot.
Right, yeah. I repost and repost and repost. Right. So I'm getting the hang of it. Angela, why don't you give us some of your marketing and communication strategies, that you use in your business, Shaddai Marketing and Communications?
One of the key services that we offer, one of the tools that I believe is very vital to business success, Sharon, is the telephone. The telephone is an asset that many business owners never really recognizes or even thinks about it as being an asset. And people are calling companies every day. They're being placed on hold. Companies are spending millions of dollars to induce the phone, to make the calls ring. And when the phone calls come in, they're placed on hold, and it's silent hold. So one of the services that we offer here at Shaddai Marketing and Communications is our message and music on hold service. And we basically stand on the fact that silence is definitely no way to do business. So here you have a telephone, here you have hold time, and here's a valuable asset for you to communicate to targeted audience. Who are they? Well, these are the people that have called your business. What is it that you want them to know about your company? Whether it is about the services, whether it is an opportunity for you to talk about your products, your services, for you to talk about new hires, for you to talk about new recognitions or awards that you may have received. It's a vital tool that can be utilized. We also provide voice broadcasts where instead of having someone making thousands of calls, say, for example, if you're a car dealership, we basically have services that we provide that would be able to offer that as well.
Okay.
And, and Sharon, what Angela and Darcie are really talking about is ways to get your message across to your customers. Mm-hmm. And what I have found over my years of business, and I used to teach at the Wharton School on entrepreneurship, how to start and operate new businesses, is that when people, in many cases, start a new business, it's so personal to them that it's almost like their baby. Right. They're so wrapped up in the concept or the vision that they forget that it's only successful if you get it out to the marketplace. Mm-hmm. And so communicating and marketing, all these strategies are so important if your business is going to succeed long term. You can't assume that your mother and your father and your brothers and sisters are going to be enough to sustain the business.
Right.
You've got to go beyond that. And these strategies that Darcie and Angela are mentioning are vital to the success of a business.
It sounds like it.